Hi there. Guys, today we are going to be talking about all three forms of linear equations. We've done slope-intercept, we've done point-slope, and now we're going to introduce you to standard form, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And we're going to teach you how to get back and forth between all of them.
It's really cool.
Okay, so I know that you don't have this picture on your notes, so I just put it there because I liked it. So let's get started.
Okay.
All right, so again, review of slope-intercept form. Y equals, oh, will you put it in the big box?
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's fine.
Y equals mx plus b. And we know that m is my slope.
Up here still.
Okay. Do it.
Don't want to mess it up.
Nope. And b is your y-intercept. So you're going to want to use this form of the equation if you are given those two things.
Right.
So here we go. Write the following in slope-intercept form. Slope is 3, y-intercept is 9. So the first one's going to say y equals 3x plus 9. Second one, slope is negative 1/4. It doesn't matter that there's a fraction. It doesn't matter that it's negative. Y equals negative 1/4.
The x still follows the slope,
Yes.
and it's usually a plus.
But now I see that my y-intercept is negative, so we're going to do minus 2.
Okay.
The sign goes with it.
Or you're perfectly fine
Yeah.
if you
If you want to keep that plus in there, knock yourself out, kiddos.
just make sure that 2 has a negative with it. Okay? Either one.
There you go. Quick review of that. Okay, now we're talking point-slope form. Point-slope form is y minus y1, and I've been super proud of some of my kids have got these memorized by heart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now
they
the
dream.
foldables are super helpful.
And this is great. Yeah, good with the foldable too. I bet they're dreaming in point-slope form.
Yeah. I get it.
So this one, we've still got the familiar m, which is slope. And we've got x1, y1, which is a point on the line.
Okay.
And that x1, y1 is an ordered pair that gives me directions to the point. X meaning this is where I go on the x-axis, y meaning this is where I go on the y-axis. Find where those two lines intersect. No, we've been a little bit confused there. Okay, so now you would use this if you are given a point and the slope, like so. So slope is negative 4 and passes through 6, 3. So y minus the y value of the point, which is 3. Negative 4 is my slope, so it goes right there. And then x minus the x value is 6.
So these started as positive, but they look negative here because if you refer back to the formula, it was negative formula. Okay?
So I can infer then if I have negative values of my point, it's going to say
Maybe
plus
positive.
there.
Yeah. Be the opposite. What's shown.
All right, so the next one, slope is 1/2, so, and the point is 4, 0, so y minus 0 equals half, parentheses, or times the quantity of x minus 4.
Oh, I'm messing up on my colors.
That's PT colors right there.
It is.
Go PT. Okay, that's it, and you're done.
So we don't distribute this
No, we're not distributing, we're not doing any moving around. This
because
is,
it says write in point slope form.
Okay. Now, if it did ask us, like it's going to change it,
Oh.
then we will do so.
Okay.
There's 2 steps that you're going to follow. Step number 1 is distribute. So we're going to do that.
Okay.
It says we're changing this from point slope to slope intercept. So the
So
first,
this is currently point slope. I see that. Okay. Go to slope intercept, which was y equals mx plus b.
you got it.
Okay.
So first thing we're going to do is distribute, and I know I'm going to distribute to get rid of those parentheses. So I'm going to have y minus 3 still, and then 4 times x is 4x. And then is that, yeah, I was going to say that's 4 times negative 6. So it's negative 24.
Yeah.
Okay. Now the next step is to get y by itself. So we're going to add 3.
So if this is where you can make that straight line down if you want to. You're trying to get the y alone. What's with it? The negative 3. Like Richardson said, add the 3. So y equals, bring down the 4x, and negative 24 plus 3. So I'm actually counting down, if you shall, to 24, 23, 22, 21. So negative
21.
I didn't need a calculator. I used my pencil.
Oh.
I mean my fingers.
And then that last step, if you want to write it in, is get y by itself. Bing. Get y by itself. Okay. Second example, it's that same one that we just looked at from the previous page. We're going to distribute 1/2 to the x and 1/2 to the minus 4. So y minus 0 stays the same.
I don't like fractions.
It's okay. You just deal with them.
Okay? They're not going away.
No,
Okay.
you gotta get familiar with them. So 1/2 x, and then half of -4 is -2.
Okay,
So -2.
there we go.
Now, I can add 0.
Can add 0.
I mean, might as well just do it. So add 0, add 0. I totally messed
And
this
nothing
up.
happens.
No, nothing happens. So y equals 1/2 x minus 2, because -2 plus 0 is that.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
so now we're going to show you standard form.
Yay.
Standard form is ax plus by equals c. But there are 2 rules that have to be followed. Number 1, a, b, and c have to be integers. Please write this down. And a cannot be negative.
Okay.
Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to change these ones from slope-intercept form into standard form. And before we circle our answer, we're going to check back our rules. So we need it to look like this, and so far it doesn't. So I see that I have y equals 3x plus 5. The 3x is on the wrong side of the equal sign.
Right, because it looks like, again, I need my x and my y on the same side.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So let's subtract 3x from the right side and subtract 3x from the left side
Okay.
so that it actually is there.
Okay.
So now I
Can
can't.
I was going to ask, can I combine my y and my x?
No, different base, you can't combine them.
Okay.
So this is literally going to say -3x, the y is positive,
Uh-huh.
equals 5.
Okay.
Okay, so far it's looking like standard
Uh-huh.
form. But,
Okay, they're both integers, so positive and negative.
well,
whole
are you
numbers.
sure there's an integer in front of y?
Uh-huh, it's a hidden 1.
Got it?
Okay. But my green thing says a cannot be negative.
So
and I have a -3.
Okay, well, if I use the multiplication property of -1,
Are you applying prior knowledge here?
I wouldn't dare. I'm going to multiply by -1, the whole thing,
Everything?
all of it.
So I can go like this
You're going to surround it,
and say times -1.
and then you're going to distribute that -1 to everything.
Okay, so -1 times -3 is a positive
Yay!
3x. Y times a -1.
Is negative y, or -1y if you need to put the 1 there.
Okay,
-1 times 5 is -5.
Okay.
So check my rules.
so ax, 3x, same,
Mhm.
plus by, okay, that'd be plus a negative.
Totally
Good.
fine.
Uh-huh, equals a -5, all integers.
Mhm.
A cannot be negative, so 3 is positive.
Done. We did it.
Yay!
Okay. Number 2 is sneaky.
Ooh,
We've got fractions. So we're still going to follow the same steps. So again, we're going to take that -1/5 x, and I want it to be over on the same side with the y. So I'm going to add 1/5 x.
okay,
So the right side, or left side says 1/5 x plus y equals 1/2.
okay.
Now let's check our rules.
So this is my ax plus my 1y, so
Mhm.
by equals c, okay?
Okay, and it says that a, b, and c have to be integers, and right now they're fractions, or 2 of them are fractions. So here's how you fix it. You are going to look, if you have 2 fractions, you look at your denominators, and if they're the same denominator, multiply by the denominator. Well, they're not the same denominator.
Right, one's a 5, one's a 2.
So instead, I'm going to multiply by a multiple of those.
Okay,
So I know that 5 and 2
go into.
both go into 10. So I'm going to multiply this whole bad boy by 10.
Okay,
Watch what happens. 10 times 1/5.
where can I write this for?
That's fine. Yeah.
Okay,
10 times 1/5 is,
So 10 times 1
is 10 over 5. That's going to give me 2.
whoa, so it comes out to be a pretty number?
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
So that x now is 2x, because 1/5 x times 10
Here's our work.
is 2.
Okay,
Now I can do 10 times y. That's simple. 10 times y is 10y.
okay,
And then 10 times 1/2, well, what's 1/2 of 10? 5.
10 times 1/2.
What's going to show you the work?
10 over 2 equals 5.
Yep, so then the final C is 5.
Okay,
There
my
you go.
a is positive,
And it's an integer.
and it's an integer.
Everything works. Cool. Cross out number
Yay.
3. We're not
Yeah.
going to worry about it. You're not going to see examples like that.
Nope.
And then let's do number 4 again. There's another fraction. We'll fix it for you.
Okay.
So we're going to subtract 2/3 x from both sides so that it moves over to the other side.
Because it's currently positive, so you do the opposite operation,
Mhm.
just like we've talked about all year.
So now this says negative 2/3 x plus y equals negative 2. Okay.
Because that's a negative here,
Oh,
so you bring that down. Okay.
Okay, so I have 2 issues. First of all, a is not an integer, and a is also negative right now because it's negative
So let's just
2/3.
can't we just take it out?
No, you
Oh.
have to mathematically manipulate
kidding.
this bad boy.
Okay.
Okay, so again, we said if you have one denominator, you can multiply the whole thing by that denominator,
Okay.
and that will eliminate the denominator.
So the only denominator we see is 3.
But I also want to eliminate the fact that this is negative.
Right.
I know that a negative times a negative gives me a positive.
Okay.
So I'm going to do that.
Okay.
Okay, so negative 2/3 times 3 is going to give me...
Negative 3.
Oh yeah, times negative 3 is going to give me...
So negative 2 times a negative 3 is a
6.
positive 6 over 3, which is 2.
2.
So 2x plus,
And then negative 3 times y is negative 3y.
okay, equals negative 2.
Nope. It
Oh,
says negative
oh,
2 times negative 3.
Yep,
It's a common error.
positive 6.
Positive 6.
So, you know what would have helped me, Richardson, is if I would have done my loops. That would have helped me. Yeah.
Draw those doodles. Okay.
So again, right here, you can have this solution, or we're running out of room, so if I squint, maybe that'll help.
What?
Well, 2x
Oh.
minus 3y equals 6.
I think are we writing on our heads maybe? I hope not. Okay.
Either one.
Okay, so there you go. Now, we will do 2 more examples. Well, probably just one. We'll skip number 1 and we'll do number 2.
Okay.
Okay? So this says using either point slope form or slope intercept form, write the following in standard form.
Okay.
Now,
Whoa. Sorry.
I know that I'm supposed to use point slope form if I'm given a point and the slope.
Okay.
And in number 2, and again, would you write down this? The first example did not work. So I've given a point and the slope.
Okay.
So I'm going to use point slope form. So let's start with that. Y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to plop this stuff in.
So when it says passes through 4, 8, that's my point.
Correct.
Okay.
Means the line's going whoop, right through there.
Got it.
All right, so y minus 8, because that's the y value. And then my slope is a half, so put that in where m is. And then x minus 4. Okay, so let's take this. I think it's easier to go to slope intercept form from here. And,
I agree.
And then go to standard.
I
So
agree.
we'll just do it all. Okay, so there's point slope form. So now we're going to take it to slope intercept form, by distributing and getting y by itself.
Okay.
So 1/2 x, nothing happens to y minus 8. 1/2 x, and then half of 4 is 2. And then now we have to get y by itself, right? So add 8, because I'm doing the opposite operation. So I have y equals 1/2 x plus 6. Okay, so that's my slope intercept form. Now I'm going to take this into standard form.
Which was ax plus by equals c.
Okay. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is subtract 1/2 x
Okay.
to get it to the other side of the equation. So now it says negative 1/2 x plus y equals 6.
Okay.
I know that I have to have all integers in front of my variables, which is not there, and I know that the first one has to be positive. So I need to multiply by, I only see one denominator,
Right.
so I can multiply by that denominator,
Which is 2.
but I also want to make it negative to eliminate that negative sign. So we're going to do, oh shoot, we got to go fast.
Okay.
So negative 1/2 times 2 is
1.
1x. Negative 2 times y is negative 2y. And then 2 times is negative 12. Perfect. Good.
Done.
Ladies and gentlemen, there is no guided practice. We will do a reboot tomorrow when we see you.
On the flip side.
Bye-bye.